My eyes eventually fluttered open, adjusting to the sight around me. I felt familiar silks underneath me, letting me know that I was already in my bed. I slowly sat up, stretching from the tiredness that still lingered. I felt very soft on my neck and shoulders, and I could feel swollen lips pulse gently and healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back up and rebuttoned. Boo! As if nothing happened between me and Damion. I was just missing my ribbon. Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept on. It was tied around a small pen in a nice bow with a small note attached to it. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it.
Thank you. I indulged myself.
Uh-huh.
But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Damion.
Also, how can you write a note if you can't read? Oh god, did one of your brothers write this? Oh, we're gonna get gossiped about now, and I stared at the note, letting a small smile grace my lips. He indulged himself as much as I did. I enjoyed it. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the note to my chest, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. I indulged myself too, Damion. I looked at the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Haha, so much for getting anything done today. Yikes, 4 hours being knocked out? I still felt tired. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. The remainder of the night passed by, surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train for each other, but they were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect. And the skip button is back. Yay! Go! Ooh, new text already. Eat breakfast. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check to make sure. I packed my bag and carried it downstairs toward the kitchen. As I entered the dining room, I saw a plate with eggs, toast, and bacon sitting on the table. A fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to the plate, with the sugar and creamer on the side. Oh, they are very good servants. I walked to the table and couldn't believe what I was seeing. Who made this? As I spoke aloud, a small red note caught my attention. Have a good day. Yours. Aw, thank you. My heart skipped a beat as I finished. I could tell it was from one of the boys. Maybe it was from him. In other words, we're gonna reuse this scene. And if we don't say which one, we can just reuse this over and over again. Which is why the skip button is my friend. I smiled before putting the note in my bag and eating up. The food was so delicious. I devoured every amazing bite. I looked to the time again. Time to go. I quickly rushed to the doors, checking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still need to look decent. 'Cause, you know, school is a judgy place. Before I could reach the handle of the door, however, someone took my hand. Huh? Aw, hey buddy. I turned to see Damion, who was holding my hand, back with a concerned frown on his face.
My name
Is Damion, yes, I know. Your name?
My true name isn't Damion.
Really?
I want you to know my real name, if something were to happen.
Oh? His true name? What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? It's almost like it's plot-related. Damion gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Izroul.
Izroul. I like that name. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Damion pulled away and stared at me, despite still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you are in any danger, call my name. I promise. I'll come and help you.
Aww. That's so sweet. Also, I can take care of myself, right? I'm just saying. My nights can be nice, but not always necessary. I stared up at Damion, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Damion smiled before releasing my hand and heading into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually, like a plot hook. And right on cue, Naomi drove up and the skip button's back. Yay! And school, and her again. You know what? Get her. I'd had enough. It's fight time. And lecture, and kidnapped. And you know what? I'm just gonna call for my guy. Because screw this nonsense. Izroul. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
My boyfriend's here. He's gonna F you up. Ah! I know. Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. Hi, sweetie. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing Damion with a blank expression staring coldly at Malix. Damion.
I'm here, as I promised.
Get him, sweetie. Malix moved his arms from in front of his face and slowly took the new sight in front of him. Quickly, Malix's face turned to the pure evil of delight.
Out of the 5 pretty boys, you summoned the pathetic one? What a fucking moron!
He is not pathetic, asshole. Damion stared at Malix, silent and fiercely cold. Damion began to walk toward Malix, one step at a time. Malix, however, brought up his gun, pointing it at Damion.
So long, pretty boy!
Oh, no. Malix pulled the trigger and let a bullet fly straight at Damion's head. I gasped, bracing myself for the result of the shot. However, Damion kept walking. 'Cause he's that badass, yo. Damion didn't fly back, nor did he flinch from the shot. I couldn't see the bullet wound, but I knew there had to be one in Damien's face. Oh, not his pretty face. Also, that is a look that says, I am not impressed.
What the? Fucking die!
No. Malix began to quickly pepper shots into Damien's face. Some of them passing completely through his head. There was no blood, no fire, nothing. It was as if Damion did truly exist, as he walked toward the now frightened devil.
What crap spell is this?
Yeah, what crap spell indeed. As Damion finally reached Malix, the devil jabbed Damien's head towards the ground, making Damien's body fall and slam into the concrete. His body settled onto the ground and slowly began to burn away in purple flames. Malix gritted his teeth. A distraction.
Where are you, Damion?
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to step on your lines, game. Malix scanned the room like a hungry dog hunting for its final meal. Malix's body began to glow a fiery red color in anger from the situation. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Help Malix or watch in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face.
Come out!
Yeah, your boyfriend's kind of pathetic compared to mine, just saying. The air instantly went from frantic to still and energy. What could have been described in tone as the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and black as everything began to blend together all at once. Damion's voice finally replied. However, his voice seemed different.
What's wrong, Malix? Are you afraid of me now?
As he should be. I was suddenly afraid. Something about Damion didn't fit right. with how I knew him. He sounded otherworldly. Girl, incubi, come on. His voice was drooping with an almost sadistic tone as he spoke through the air.
Afraid of a pretty boy like you. You don't even have the balls to face me head on. You're the one who's afraid.
Oh, I don't know about that. I looked to Malix, however. I could tell that he was off. Something about what Damion was doing was keeping Malix in his place.
Oh, I'm not afraid of you.
Good.
In fact, I know very well you're afraid to move right now.
Cool.
You're practically screaming it in your mind.
And this is why you don't pick a fight with the telepath. Just saying. Malix, in a fit of insane rage, began to shoot into the air, letting the bullets fly into the ceiling.
Shut the hell up!
No. Go on, sweetie. Freak him out. Damion's demonic laughter filled the room as a group of dark figures appeared around Malix, walking toward him slowly and menacingly. In defense, Malix fired shots at each entity around him, causing them to fall and fade away into purple flames. I would like pictures of this. However, that didn't stop more from appearing around him, and closing in on him, Malix became frantic. Was this the extent of demon power? I'm sure they can do more. I suddenly felt a pair of hands cover my eyes tightly, pulling me against someone's chest. I gasped, but was stopped from prying their hands off my face.
It's me. Don't look.
Bet you never, but my bow. Just saying. I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Sam's command. This time. I could still hear Malix's screams of agony, the sounds of ripping flesh. The smell of blood was covered by the harsh odor of ash and fire. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
Damion! Enough!
Almost instantly after James's command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear was the sound of dripping blood.
At least let me dispose what's left of him.
Might be a good idea. What was left of him? What?
I'll take care of it. You've done enough, Damion. Come out.
Aww. After a brief silence, a pair of footsteps made their way to my spot. Each step seemed to echo with a haunting, otherworldly tone. Almost as if it were a very low and dark piano played a singular note with each step the pair of feet took.
I will admit, you really wailed on him.
Woo!
You practically scared everyone out of the warehouse. It's a good thing you were hiding when you lost your glamour spell, huh?
Meow? Glamour spell? Damion, ... Glamour spell? What did he mean? Oh, come on. Have you read No Fantasy? Seriously. Why did Damion sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Look human? Question mark? I froze. Look human? They didn't look human after all? What did they look like? Yeah, what did they look like, Game?
Like demons.
I saw a future where I was made a demon. I looked pretty hot. Just saying. As if Matthew knew what Damion was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here.
I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Damion guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Sam moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. Malix was missing, but the bloodstains left behind in his place told me that he was definitely dead, regardless of his location. Are you saying he went back to hell? Cool. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Damion, looking like nothing had happened. What just happened? I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
True. Let's go home. It's been a long day. I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in a sea of what and how and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Damion for some form of sign that I wasn't dreaming. Damion, despite looking down at his feet, held a face of cold sadness, as if he regretted what he did. Aw, babe, don't regret it. You were awesome. It was over. And the skip button is back. Yay!
Should we be gone in the morning?
Aww. The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal, and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. I looked to Damion, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As he knew what I wanted, Damion moved a step to me, staring into my eyes with almost pleading eyes. His eyes made me want to whimper in guilt, but then he spoke. Okay, the writing on this, they are very repetitive in their word choice. And yeah, grammatically, for the most part, there is nothing wrong. But I don't know if they read the player character's dialogue out loud enough to realize some of this does not come off sounding very natural. I will say this about the game.
I know we've only been here for a short while,
Yeah?
but you've done so much for us just by giving us a place to stay. However, if I may be honest,
Go on.
I really would like us to stay here longer. Can we?
Anything for you, love. My heart skipped while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at Damion wide-eyed, but didn't dare to speak out. Damion stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again, and my life could return to normal. If I did decide to let them go, that would have not been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in a small amount of time. You know what? You boys, stay. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. And by him, it's not just so we can reuse this text later. No, not at all. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to have feelings for, before speaking at last. I would love it if all of you could stay. No, almost, sweetie. Well, yeah, I guess they're kind of a package deal right now. The boys cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited. Despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies, today was a rough day. My home is your home, as long as you can still help with the chores. Just saying. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Because, you know, food and electricity is free, right? Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clasped his hands together, before getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor. Oh, come on, I'm sure Damion would carry you up. Also, how precious is Matthew's smile right now? That's so cute.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so
Yep.
let's head to bed, shall we?
Woo! Bed.
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
Yep. Good night, sweeties. Bye-bye.
We've had a very long day,
Yeah, you
but
had.
it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Yep. You boys have fun.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, it does. Snuggle buddies?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I am a woman, clearly. I watched a small smile grow on Damien's lips. He shared my excitement, knowing that we would be together longer. Seriously, Train? Seriously. Every time I record, I swear. Who knew how long we would stay together? Aw, hopefully forever. All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Damion alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Damion walked closer to me. I was happy, and it was really cute to see him that way, so I didn't do anything but smile back.
Thank you.
Aw, anything for you, love. Anything for you. You're welcome, Damion. I'm happy to have you stay here. I watched his smile brighten a bit before he cleared his throat and looked up at me with his serious face. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself sway a bit on my feet. However, Damien's face made it clear that he wanted to say something else, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me. Yeah, it could be calling for you both, come on. Just saying.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
Okay, yeah, serious conversation time. No, it's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand. I had accepted everything that happened and knew that Damion had to do what he had to do. He was real, and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore that memory further, right now. Later, though, we are coming back to it, maybe. Damion nodded before holding out a hand to me.
Come on. Let's get you to bed.
Yay, bed! Hop. I nodded before Damion gently lifted me in his arms like a bride and carried me to my room. Aww, such a sweet guy. I didn't want to leave his arm, leaning my head against Damien's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes. Oh, come on, you get up, you change, I'm just saying. But I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to Damion, fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Good night. I'll make breakfast for you in the morning.
Aw, such a good boyfriend. I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with a man whom I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. Yes, exactly. Priorities, girl. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into darkness in my mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. Yeah, this isn't the usual end music. I mean, it's nice music, don't get me wrong, but,
You are an interesting creature.
Thank you? Also, that was weird. Do you always have theme music? Ah! Giant woman! I'm not Steven Universe, back off! I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's too early. I could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move or fight her off. What was going on? Why was she here?
Why do the boys like you?
I don't know.
You're unique, yes.
Thank you.
That can't be all that you have going for you.
Oh, I don't know about that. Uniqueness, do not underestimate. Rage began to consume my core again. This woman, whomever she was making me mad. She must have known as she let another smirk grow on her face.
Ooh, you're feisty. That could be why.
Aw, thank you. Before I could bite her hand in anger, she moved her hand from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from her place next to my bed. I quickly sat up and glared daggers at the intruder. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement. Yeah, that's a common reaction to Diana. Although, in another life, just saying. Who the hell are you, and why are you in my room? The woman began to laugh, making the rage inside me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I waited for her to answer.
How silly of me. I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world. You can call me Diana, little human.
Hi, Diana. Diana? Demon? You're a demon.
I am. But I'm much more than just an average demon.
As you can tell by the sex music and hair. What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
Clearly. I stared at Diana in shock. A succubus? First incubi? Now a succubus? Great! I had now met both genders of the sex demons. Yay! Equal opportunity! Diana crossed her arms in her bosom and looked at me. She does have quite a bosom.
Well, you are pretty.
Thank you!
But you seem very reckless. Too reckless.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just let 5 strange men move in with me who happen to be incubi, and, that's worked out in my favor. I moved out and stood from the bed, still glaring at Diana. Why are you here?
Oh, I just wanted to see who my competition was.
I'm your competition? What now? Competition?
For the boys, of course.
Hey, I only want
They
one.
don't
You can
belong
have the
here.
rest.
And yet here they remain.
Yep.
I want to know why and remedy this little issue.
Because my house is awesome and it's free room and board, provided they, do very basic menial tasks. The girl was seriously pissing me off. Aw, you love her in another verse. Issue? What issue? They want to stay here so they can.
Silly, uneducated human.
Hey, I am
You don't
very
understand
educated.
the important roles these boys play in the abyssal planes. Keeping them here is practically imprisonment.
No, they are free to go whenever they want. You see no bars on these windows. You have 10 seconds to leave.
Is that a threat? How cute. What are you going to do? Kill me?
Maybe. You don't know what I'm capable of. And if I do?
You barely have the strength to stand, little human. I can rip the rest of your energy out and knock you into a coma. You'll never be able to wake up again.
Ah. You have a point. Touch me and all.
Enjoy every minute of it.
You forgot the word little there in your mind read. I felt my body freeze and heat up to almost painful haze. My mind began to feel fuzzy as Diana stepped to me and caressed my cheek.
Now, you're going to listen to everything I say without any questions. Got it?
I nodded.
Good. I plan to bring the boys back to the abyssal planes. Why? So that I can take my place as queen of their realm. They have no reason to be here in this silly little world.
They want to be?
So I'm going to make sure they return home. Okay, Pumpkin?
No, not even a little. They came here for a reason, lady. And I don't particularly care about you being queen right now. In a very short-sighted way. Well, in this life, Alma does not care. In past lives, yeah, she has cared quite a bit. I nodded but growled. My rage couldn't be concealed, despite the hold I was under. You evil bitch.
Call me evil all you want, dearie. I'm not evil. You're just in my way.
And you're ruthless. Because, as we've seen in the past when we did Diana's route, she's really not evil. She is ruthless. When she sets herself a goal, she will achieve it in one fashion or another. There is also some compassion in there. She just can't let that rule her right now. And given what's at stake, I don't blame her for acting this way. I felt Diana lean into my ear and whisper, making me unconsciously shiver in both pleasure and annoyance.
Now, be a good little human and go to bed. I'll make sure they're gone before you get home tomorrow from school, so make sure to say goodbye in the morning.
Okay, staying home then. I felt my body move on its own to lay in bed and cover itself with my bed sheets. I glared at Diana the entire way down. Diana laughed at my futility. I'll get you. Catfight! Woo! I'm just saying, I like my chances if she's in a ball gown.
Oh, please do.
All of a sudden, her voice deepened and became cold and demonic, sending a violent, scared shiver down my spine. Her red eyes practically illuminated in the darkness of my room as she glared at me.
Give me a reason to make your life a living hell.
Girl, we will go. I gritted my teeth, trying to fight back against the cold on me. She couldn't have been that tough. She needed energy to survive, right? I was sure she couldn't have had enough to have me down forever. Diana then laughed and returned to normal.
Oh, and make sure you don't tell the boys I was here. I want my visit to be a surprise.
No, bitch, you're in my home. I felt the hold on me disappear, allowing me to sit up and practically growl at Diana in rage. What's stopping me?
Then you must not care about your friends and family as much as you care for the boys.
Well, I mean, I've barely seen my parents this entire playthrough. Or my friends. I'm just saying. Does she really care? I stopped and stared. What did she mean by that? Was that a threat to my family? Tana smirked at me, knowing the confusion behind my eyes.
Let's just say that if you tell the boys about me, I'll make sure that no one will care for you, and you'll be all alone in this little house until the day you die.
Bitch. I could feel fear creeping in on me. Alone? How could she do that? Girl, you know they have powers. The word demon reverberated in my head, reminding me that I was facing off against something supernatural. Exactly. A human with a shield versus a devil was one thing. A human on her own versus a demon was another.
Have a good night.
So go get yourself a sword and a shield, all I'm saying. And falls to the floor. And with that... Oh, she did! And with that, Diana sank into the floor through the magic purple pentagram, which disappeared as her head vanished into the floor. Well, it would kind of be weird if it disappeared when her neck was... but her head was still above the floor, you know? I couldn't believe it. I had one problem, and now I had another. Instead of a crazy psycho devil who wanted to kill me and the boys, I had a succubus wanting to ruin my life and take the boys away. Could my life get any worse? Yeah, final exams are tomorrow and you haven't studied. Oh my god. No, I wasn't gonna let her win. She's not as powerful as she looks. I know it. I had to mentally confirm it. She wasn't going to win. The boys wanted to stay with me. I let her sigh before closing my eyes, affirming my plan of action. No matter what she was going to do, I was going to beat her. Eventually, the morning arrived and the sun screamed at me to get up. Shut up, son. You're not the boss of me. Surprisingly, I woke up before my alarm clock once again, which was nice. Because the sun was screaming at me. Also, were we given drugs last night, the sun screaming? I think that's a bad trip. Are we doing an angry sun from Mario? I mean, what are we talking here? I stretched out and quickly got dressed, getting ready for school. She expects me to say goodbye to the boys. I'll say good morning, and I'll see them when I come back. No way am I saying goodbye. I scooped up my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room, seeing the boys already eating a delicious selection of food. The smell made my stomach growl wildly at the sight of the food drew me to walk further into the room. Just the food. Not, the current boyfriend.
Good morning, miss. Did you sleep
well? Yeah. Before I could lie, hiding the incident in the back of my mind, Damion furrowed his eyebrows and stopped eating.
She's here.
I technically didn't tell them. He read my mind. Not the same thing. The boys looked to Damion in confusion while I cursed his ability to silently in my mouth.
Damion, what's up with you? Of course she's here. She kinda owns the house.
Oh, dear sweet naive Matthew. Also, Best Face Award still goes to you. That kind of... What are you talking about? Damion looked to me, wanting me to explain for him. However, the threats that Diana gave me last night warned me to keep my mouth shut. Come on, Damion. Mind reader. See the scene. You know what? They're big boys. They can handle it. Diana. Damion pressed his lips together into a fine line. The other boys looked at me with raised eyebrows. A girl named Diana came by last night.
Diana? Is she important?
Kinda?
Did she try to hurt you?
It was implied, yeah. She's, succubus. That single word made the boys stop and stare at me. I looked at each boy, unsure of what was going through their minds. Should I have avoided it? Nah, best to tackle it head on.
So, she's come to try and bring us back.
Yep, so it would seem.
She must really be desperate.
She does kind of go across that way a little, yeah.
Well, what should we do now?
I don't know. This is so not my department.
Nothing. She'll give up eventually.
I really doubt that, Sam. Clearly you know nothing of women.
Will she?
Exactly. Thank you, James. The boys continued to look at me as if I knew the answer to that question. Damn it, Damion. She said that if I told you, she'd make my life a living hell. She can't possibly do that, right? She is not a devil.
No, she isn't. However, she is a very powerful demon.
I'm making all the friends today.
She's a master of mind manipulation.
Of
and
course
has
she
been trained in
is.
illusion.
Yep.
Unlike other demons who use strength to get power, she uses her charisma.
Ah, she rolled high in her charisma score. Good to know. So, she's a bard?
She has the power to make armies bow to her and obey her every word.
I picked a fight,
That's
didn't I?
why she's so obsessed with us.
Because you won't? What? What do you mean?
Well, she sorta has family ties to us.
What?
She was promised to marry one of us in
What?
exchange for more power.
One, so she doesn't need the whole set of 5, just saying. Sam, I think you two would make a lovely couple.
She's just some whacked up hussy who doesn't know how to close her legs. She's
Hey.
not a real threat.
Sam, must you make me want to punch you every minute of the day?
Oh, really? I feel insulted.
Hi, lady. The boys and I looked around the room, wondering where the voice came from. I felt cold sweat run down the back of my neck in fear, remembering what kind of power she had. Sup? At last I saw Diana by the entrance to the kitchen, juggling a single red apple in her hand as she leaned against the archway. The boys quickly surrounded me, glaring at the intruder.
So, you took up a human name as well.
Beautiful name, isn't it? Well, for a human name, anyway.
What? It's both a princess as well as a mythological ancient legend, yes?
What the hell do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? Also, do you not own another dress?
To bring you back, of course. However, you weren't supposed to know that I was coming.
Sorry.
I completely forgot about that little mind-reading ability. My mistake.
Yeah, mistake. Air quotes. Also, technically upheld my end of the bargain. I did not tell them. Diana pushed off from the archway and walked toward us, making the boys step closer to me and protective circle. Diana laughed.
My. What has the world come to?
Oh.
A group of demons protecting a human girl? I'll tell you
Hey.
right now, she's not that pretty.
Yes, I am.
And from what I can tell, she's still a virgin.
So? What's your point? My face grew red in complete anger and embarrassment. How dare she? I know, right? Bitch. Hell no. You are in my home, honey. I stepped up, gently pushing the boys away to be face to face with Diana. I was furious, and she was about to feel my wrath. You are in my house. You are an intruder. You have no power here.
Oh, really? Do I have to remind you of the power I have, dear?
And yet you're not wielding it. So... With a snap of her fingers, my mind suddenly locked up and I felt blank. I could see the world around me, but I lost control of my body. The boys quickly reformed around me, with James gripping onto Diana's wrist in anger.
You will leave this instant.
Exactly. GTFO, honey. GTFO.
Or what? You'll kill me? I completely dare you to.
I'm just saying, I think they can take you.
Let me do it. I could use the workout.
Go for it, Sam.
Don't.
Oh, let your brother get beat up, Damion. The boys looked to Damion, while Diana smirked at my blank state. I wanted to fight this hold, but her power held me down.
And why not?
She wants us to kill her. If she dies, then civil war starts in the demon world.
Ah. Okay, good to know. See, Damion, this is why you are best boy.
Very good, sweetie.
What happens in the demon world doesn't concern us anymore.
It should.
We live here now.
Yeah, but it's still your home. You still have to have family and friends there. I'm assuming.
The demons will come to the human world and hunt us down before attacking each other.
So in the end, Diana gets what she wants either way. You on the other side. The demons will come to the human world, all because of her?
You sneaky bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sam, don't kill her, but mess her up or knock her unconscious. Go get her. With another snap of Diana's fingers, I was released from her hold, almost buckling to my knees.
Well, will you all change your minds? I assure you, it's for the greater good.
I don't know about that. I expected the boys to say no. What I heard was complete silence. None of the boys replied to Diana, which made me both nervous and fearful as to why. Diana leaned her head back a bit, surprised, for a different reason.
No. Well, I see.
Was silence truly them saying no to her? I looked around at the boys and saw them, disobedience in their eyes, giving me my answer. Yeah, evil glares at her. Get him. I felt my heart flutter, especially when my eyes landed on Damion. He kept close to me, glaring daggers into Diana. I could feel that he was completely adamant in his choice to stay. I don't know what, but I was incredibly happy to know he wanted to stay. Diana sighed and pressed a finger into her temple, rubbing it gently.
Either all of you are playing a very convincing hard-to-get game, or you all must be out of your minds.
Or, they just don't want to go home, Maybe they're trying to move on. Diana then looked to me, locking her gaze with mine as she read me. I could tell she wanted me to do something, but the boys would stop her, so the stare was her only available action. You are not Fluttershy, the stare will not work on me. After a small moment of silence, Diana licked her lips before breaking the gaze battle, and smiling at the boys around me.
Very well. I guess I'll take my leave now.
Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. What? Her leave? Was she serious? The boys around me straightened up and grew confused looks on their faces, as Diana stepped back away with us with a small bow, flaunting her cleavage. See, she actually has a cleavage line, all I'm saying. Where's my cleavage line? Bye. Without another word, her deep purple pentagram appeared under her feet, and Diana's body slowly sank into the floor. As her head vanished into the floor, the pentagram vanished. At once, the boys relaxed and slowly began to return to their spots at the table, each in deep thought.
She'll be back.
Yep.
But she won't kill us. She needs us alive.
Does she really? Does she?
Whatever. We'll just keep saying no. She can't force us to come back.
Yeah, but do you not remember the part about my life and my loved ones that she can affect?
She can't do anything but annoy us. Eventually she'll give up.
Me, still in the room.
That's the hope, anyway.
Boys, not paying attention. Hopefully. Damion walked over to me and stood before me, looking at me with concern.
We'll protect you. Don't worry.
Oh, it's not me I'm worried about, it's my loved ones that aren't you five. I nodded, feeling that he was telling the truth, or at least a hopeful and comforting thought. Damion gently took my hand in his and brought it up to kiss my knuckles, however, making me blush and forget what I was thinking about. You are very easily distracted, girl, very easily. The sound of collective chuckles and playful snickers whispered through the air, making me blush even more. But as Damion sighed and cleared his throat, the laughter stopped. I looked up to see he was glaring at his brothers with his lips on my hand. Good boy. Defend my honor. Such as it is. He and I pulled away from each other. Just as the sound of Naomi's car appeared, I quickly ate my food, waved to the boys, and left, confident that nothing was going to happen.